The Los Angeles Lakers have a fallback option if Dorian Finney-Smith bolts in free agency. According to NBA insiders Mark Stein and Jake Fisher, the Lakers will pursue two-way guard DeAnthony Melton, who last played for the Golden State Warriors. If the Lakers lose Finney-Smith, they are expected to show interest in DeAnthony Melton, who was only able to play in 6 games last season with Golden State due to an ACL tear and was traded by the Warriors in December to Brooklyn for Dennis Schroeder. Stein and Fisher wrote on the Steinline Substack newsletter a few hours before NBA free agency opens on June 30th. Dan Woik of The Athletic reported that the Lakers are expecting to lose Finney-Smith to the Rockets. Previously, Stein and Fisher reported that the Rockets are preparing a 4-year deal offer with their $14.1 million full mid-level exception. The Lakers' top priority remains a starting caliber center, but if they lose Finney-Smith, they will need another wing depth and frontline help. Only 5 players, including Finney-Smith, averaged 20 minutes or more in the Lakers' 5-game loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. Gabe Vincent, 19.5 minutes, and Jared Vanderbilt, 12.0 minutes, are the only other players off the bench whom Lakers coach J.J. Redick trusted in the postseason. The Lakers can have a 7-deep rotation for the playoffs if they can sign Melton and add a starting center. Before the ACL injury, Melton averaged 10.3 points, 3.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.2 steals in 6 games, including 2 starts for the Warriors. He played next to Stephen Curry and helped the Warriors get off to a 12-2 start. His injury derailed the Warriors, who stumbled to 11th in the Western Conference until they made the big swing on Jimmy Butler that lifted them back to the playoffs. The Warriors quickly shipped Melton out for ex-Lakers guard Dennis Schroeder in a move that fizzled out. They subsequently included Schroeder in the Butler deal. If healthy, the 6'3" Melton could play as the third guard behind the Lakers' backcourt duo of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. The veteran guard is expected to make a full recovery ahead of the season. 3 centers on Lakers' radar. In the same report, Stein and Fisher wrote that the Lakers will be meeting with both Brook Lopez and Clint Capella and will naturally also have interest in DeAndre Ayton, who is finalizing a buyout with the Portland Trail Blazers, per ESPN's senior NBA insider Shams Charania. Lopez is the top center in this year's free agency outside of Miles Turner, who is likely to return to Indiana, per multiple reports, until Ayton clears the waivers on Wednesday, July 2nd. Lopez, 37, averaged 13.0 points, 5.0 rebounds, 1.9 blocks, and 1.8 assists in 80 games last season for the Milwaukee Bucks, where he won a championship in 2021. He shot 37.3% from the three-point line. Capella, 31, averaged 8.9 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3.6 offensive, 1.1 assists, and 1.0 blocks in just 21.4 minutes, his lowest playing time since the 2015-16 season, as the Atlanta Hawks promoted Onyeka Okongwu to the starting lineup. Ayton, who will turn 27 next month, averaged 14.4 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 1.0 blocks while shooting 56.6% last season in Portland. The Golden State Warriors are predicted to make a significant change during NBA free agency. Much has been made about Jonathan Kuminga's future as the 22-year-old forward is headed for a significant raise. Kuminga will be a restricted free agent when free agency starts on June 30th, 2025, meaning Golden State has the opportunity to match any offer that the former lottery pick receives. The challenge is Golden State already faces significant financial challenges, even if Kuminga is not on the roster. All this has Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus predicting that the Warriors will orchestrate a sign-and trade for Kuminga. The insider labels the Chicago Bulls as a potential landing spot for the forward. The buzz from last offseason was that Kuminga wanted an extension starting in the $35 million range, greater than what the Warriors were willing to pay, perhaps no higher than $30 million. Pincus wrote in a June 28 story titled, Top 30 NBA Free Agent Predictions After Kyrie, Van Vliet, and Naz Reid Signings. After the Jimmy Butler trade, Kuminga struggled to stay healthy and found his role diminished. If the 22-year-old can find a team willing to give what he's seeking, or close to what Golden State was willing to do last year, he'll need an offer sheet as a restricted free agent. Another path is a sign-and trade, but that's complicated by multiple rules and the Warriors' potential reluctance to spend under the new rules, Pincus added. Prediction: the Warriors find a sign-and trade with a team like the Chicago Bulls. Warriors free agent Jonathan Kuminga projected to land a new $100 million contract. It remains to be seen what Kuminga will command in NBA free agency. Regardless of the exact number, it appears to be a near certainty that Kuminga is headed for a much more lucrative deal than the 4-year, $24.8 million rookie contract that the Warriors player just completed. Sports Illustrated's Kyler Fox estimated that Kuminga could land a new contract in the $100 to $120 million range. Former NBA executive Bobby Marks sees Kuminga's value on the lower end of the projections. The ESPN analyst estimates Kuminga will land a 3-year, $81 million deal. Projecting a new contract for Kuminga is like trying to master the Rubik's Cube, Marks detailed in a June 15 article titled, NBA Free Agency 2025. Deals 10 stars should get this summer. Like Josh Giddey, the 22-year-old is a restricted free agent and Golden State has leverage, considering the lack of available money teams have to offer in free agency, Marks continued. However, unlike the Bulls guard, Kuminga's 4th year was a roller coaster. He went from coming off the bench to start the season, to an undefined role after the Jimmy Butler trade, to averaging 21 points in the Warriors' second-round loss to the Timberwolves. Warriors rumors, a sign-and trade would allow Golden State to receive something in return for Jonathan Kuminga. As Marks outlined, the Warriors could be helped by the lack of competition in free agency, with very few NBA teams possessing cap space. It is not a foregone conclusion that Golden State will not re-sign Kuminga. With stars like Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler on the books, Golden State could opt to be more conservative and help broker a deal to find Kuminga a new home. A sign-and trade would be beneficial as it allows the Warriors to receive something in return for Kuminga rather than letting the promising forward simply walk. It also could open up more potential landing spots for Kuminga than just the franchises with cap space. The Warriors are likely rooting for a tepid market emerging for Kuminga, which would present an opportunity for Golden State to re-sign the former top 10 pick on a contract that is more affordable than the projections. It is set to be a crucial offseason for the Golden State Warriors as they try to upgrade their roster around their star trio of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Of course, the Warriors' championship window is closing due to their aging core, but they will look to make some roster upgrades this summer to be a title contender next season. Golden State's first major decision is what to do with Jonathan Kuminga, as many believe that they will elect to move him via a sign-and-trade deal as he will be a restricted free agent. One area the Warriors could focus on improving this summer is the guard position, as they desperately need to add a backup guard behind Curry to add depth to their bench. One player the Warriors could look to make a move for is Sacramento Kings guard Keon Ellis, and Ball Report recently posted a mock trade on X that would see Golden State land him. In the trade, the Warriors would receive Ellis from the Kings and KJ Martin from the Utah Jazz. Sacramento would add Jaden Springer, a 2026 first-round and 2031 second-round pick from Golden State, while the Jazz would acquire Moses Moody from the Warriors. This would be an interesting trade for the Warriors to make, as they would have to give up Moody and 2 draft picks to add a young guard in Ellis along with Martin. Despite the lofty price, Ellis has shown flashes over the last 2 seasons of being a key contributor on the right team due to his defensive intensity. The 25-year-old guard is coming off a season in which he averaged 8.3 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game, while shooting 48.9% from the field and 43.3% from 3. Ellis would give the Warriors another great defender off the bench, and he would also provide them with another solid scoring option in the second unit. While that may be the case, the Kings have shown no interest in moving on from him this summer, but that could change if they decide to make major changes to their roster.